Okay, hi guys, and today we'll be reviewing new chapter of One Piece. It came out Friday. I couldn't get it done then, and now it's the only time I can do. So yeah, let's start this off. So in the first page of the chapter, we see Kanema with the little pig of the mountain god, so the giant thing, and we can see the giant pig just destroying the town, like just going through the houses. And we see Odin comes up to Kinemon, and he's like, "Oh, you took the pig, like it's because of you." And he wants the pig to himself so he can protect the town. But Kinemon's like, "Bro, I'm not giving you this. Are you crazy? Like, do you know how much this costs? Because you can sell the pig for like 1 silver gold, which is platinum, which is, I guess, very worthy in the One Piece world." So he says like, "Oh, I can pay off all my debts and buy this huge house, huge mansion with this gold." But Odin's like, "Nah, man, give it to me. I fix this." And we see Tanjiro in the back, like, "Oh my god!" Because he's probably a fanboy of Odin, but he's a little kid, and I was like a little older, so he goes like, "Oh my god, let's slow down and look at it. Oh, kids, look at this. Look, it's here. It's so cool." And yeah, so that's the first page of the chapter. In the next page, we see the town, we see the people, how the people reacted when we see a fucking giant pig coming just destroying their houses, and we see a sort of a Christian dude or like a minister or like pastor or something. I'm not sure. With like a staff, and he's like, "Oh, we have to find the source of this evil. Like the one who took the little pig from like the mountain god." So they group up and go search for Kanemon because he had the pig, but now he has it. So yeah, we again see the picture of the giant pig, just enormous. Like he's like this big. A house is like this big. It's just like destroying the town and like oink oink. You're like, I have shit myself if I was in this situation. Then we have another scene. We just see like zoom out and see how big the pig is. It's like if the pig is like this big and like a house is this, so you can see just like mowing through the whole town. And we see some people, they're like, "Oh, help me," because they're stuck in the rubble of the houses. So they're like, "Oh, help me, save my daughter. The pig, he ate my daughter, please help. Can anybody help?" And yeah, there's just a total panic happening in the town, and everybody's scared. And then we see, then the mountain bandits, the people that stole the pig first, the ones that Kanemon saw in the last chapter, he comes in, one of them, and he's like looking for Kanemon, and he's like, "Oh, bro, what did my friends died? The pig ate my friends and everything." And the girl Otsuru, Kanemon's current wife in the present, the pig ate her too. Like, help, please help me. And when Kanemon heard it, he's like, "What?" He remembers a flashback when he basically robbed Tsuru because he doesn't have any money, and because he loves Tsuru, he just goes mental. He's like, "What happened?" And he's like, "It's time to end this," or something like that. It's time to accept what I done and repay Tsuru. So he comes out of the shelter and he just stares down the pig, pulls out his sword and like, "Oh, I'll get Tsuru back. You won't either. I won't be the one to be responsible for her death." So he pulls out katana and just stares on the pig, like holds the katana, and just jumps on this giant pig, and like on his snout, like stabbing it through, and the pig is huge, so it starts bleeding a little, but it's definitely not something they can take it out. So yeah, he just stabbing it with his katana non-stop, but the pig doesn't care, so the pig just moves a little and hits a house, and of course Kanemon is not a mountain god, so the pig basically knocks Kanemon out. So yeah, and Kanemon's basically out of commission for now, and he has like a monologue and he says like, "Damn, if Tsuru dies because of me, like because he stole the pig from the bandits. It's his fault that the mountain god came down to the town because he had the pig. So like, if I'm responsible for like her death, I don't deserve to live. So yeah, Kane was pretty broken there, because Ninkotsuru is dead. Um, then we see this awesome scene. Oden comes up with the pig just holding in his hands. He's like, "Come here, I'm feeling me some roasted pig or something, or pork or whatever." And he's like, he's tempting the pig to come over to him, and the pig doesn't. The giant pig doesn't like stop. It just runs to Odin, but Odin, of course, it's Odin. We know what he did. We know what he can do. Like age 4, and he's like 18. He's not prime, but like physical attributes are much higher. So this giant pig shouldn't be any problem for him. So he just jumps up and he's like, Odin style, Odin two sword style, Paradise Falls, and just cuts the pig in half. Like, the pig dissipates. It's like, it disappears. Like, this is the pig. Oop, and it's gone. The pig is gone. And yeah, it cuts in pieces. And the people are like, what? What are you? How you do that? And then Jiro is like with his tongue like, oh, come on, it's so awesome, come on. And he just looks around and is like, oh my god, did you see, guys? Like, my hero. Like, look what he did. So the next scene, we see people talking about what Odin did. Like, they had a feast with all the pork from the pig, because Odin even said he wanted roast pork or whatever. That's why he cut in half. So yeah, we have people talking because Odin did such crazy stuff when he was a kid, like with the river, with the bear and everything, the harem wars. Long story. Yeah, it was in the last chapter. And the people see, the people blame Odin. It's like, he was the one who brought the pig, so it's his fault that the pig run through our town. But like, at least there were no casualties, so everybody survived somehow. But yeah, and they're like, well, maybe this Odin kid isn't that bad, you know. Maybe he did good. He saved the people. He saved everybody's daughters in their stomachs of the stomach of the pig. So yeah, they're like turning around, because before this everybody was scared of Odin. They were like Odin. They were like, oh, here comes Odin. Like, hide your pigs, hide your wives, everything, like daughters. But they're like turning around, because when Odin becomes older, it seems he gets a lot more respect from Wano, because we see people talking now in the current timeline. They're like talking about him, oh, and he was so great, you know. And yeah, that really shows off how people Wano really like him now, because all the things he did after this. So we have a scene with Kinemon. After Hikage Tsuru, he's like, I have to admit, I was the fault that Odin did nothing wrong. And he wants to scream like, hey everybody, he wants to say I did it, and then just sort of like, and knocks Kinemon out cold. He's like, don't worry kid, like, yeah, I already have so many things, I did already so many things, there's no reason for you to shoulder this responsibility of the town being destroyed, because one already knows a lot of people hate him, so it's like, oh, what's the matter that another thing adds on. So yeah, after that, Kinemon really starts to appreciate Odin. He's like, he tells Utsuri like, that's the man, I would die for this man. So yeah, we can see why Kinemon was so loyal to Odin all this time, and why he does everything he does. So in this scene, in the next scene, we see the man we saw in the last chapter that was talking with Odin's dad, and he was like writing all the things Odin did when he was a kid. And Odin's dad like disowned him. He signed a paper like give this to my son and tell him he's the son, he's not my son anymore. And this man comes up like, oh, this is maybe not the best situation to give you this, but I have to. So Oren just comes up and is like, oh, disowned, like that old man. Well, this just proves that this whole country can't handle me. And he talks how he wants to go to the sea, and he knows that there's much more freedom there. So yeah, he just announces that this city, this country can't handle him. And this 18-year-old kid, I mean not kid though, he's like super powerful. And yeah, we had to see a scene with Hineo, he was like crying inside, like, oh God, and I love you so much, I'm gonna die for you, I'm gonna follow you till the end of the world. And we have Denjiro, like, yeah, I'm gonna follow me too. And we see other people, like other samurai, like, oh, because they're jealous of their freedom, because these old samurai can just go and follow Odin, because they have their responsibilities, because they're grown-ups. But young people like Denjiro and Kinemon can freely follow them and do whatever they want because they're kids and they have freedom. Not as much as the samurai of Wano country. So we have a scene, the next scene is Odin coming to Yusuye's palace, and he has Kinemon and Denjiro behind him, so that just shows how Odin like doesn't really care. Like, oh, it's the palace, and because Kinemon and Denjiro are like really royalty. I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing they're not because they're both orphans, so probably not. And he just lets them in. He's like, whatever, they just my followers, I guess they're following from now on. So, in this palace, there's like a puddle of water, and we see this little kid just jump on, like, oh, please don't walk over, like, don't get your feet wet, and just falls on it. And Odin's like, uncle, who's this kid, creepy ass kid that wants to tickle my feet or something? And Yusui is like, oh, don't be rough on him, Odin, he's just like my errand boy. So we get to zoom in this kid, and it's Orochi. Orochi, very young Orochi, I think he's like 12, 13 maybe here. So yeah, he says he's an errand boy for Yusuye, which makes it way more messed up what he did to Yusuye later, and just gun him down and kill him and execute him publicly. So that just shows how messed up Orochi really is. So I'm guessing Orochi was probably like an orphan on the street, like begging for money, and Yusuye just like said like, I guess, and brought him in to, I mean, have regular meals, have a place to sleep or something. So that just really shows off how messed up Orochi is, honestly. So that just makes me, I don't really like him. I mean, I like him as a character, but obviously he's a villain, so he's made to be hated, and that just shows off how much. So we have a break next week, so won't have a new chapter next week. So I'll be making a chapter review in 2 weeks when the new chapter's out. So yeah, I hope you like this review. Please leave any comments, likes, or dislikes if you didn't like it. Please tell me why in the comments. Please make it constructive criticism. Don't say, oh, you wore the black hoodie, that's what I disliked it. That's not really constructive criticism, but I guess I'll get over it. So yeah, this is the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next chapter review. See ya!